Welcome back to the Ref Show with Mark Halsey and with Mark Lawrenson. Accrington Stanley get a mention in this half of the show, and for very good reason. Leave you guessing about that. Meantime, Leicester City, one extreme to the other. Champions of the Premier League, great celebration, winning 3-1 at home to Everton at the weekend. Sort of game that you or I, Loro, would have been happy to referee, I'm sure. It was Mariner in the end, Andre Mariner.
Yeah.
Could be all have done it or not.
Yeah, because it was an after you, Claude, occasion, which, you know, thankfully for Everton, who might have never made a tackle. Yeah, just a fantastic day. And I think if you're Andre Mariner going into that game, it was like cigar and slippers, was it not?
Yeah, I mean,
you know you're going to have a good day,
absolutely.
Don't you?
I mean,
You'll be fighting,
I remember when I refereed at Arsenal in the old Ivory when they had that season when they were unbeaten, and they picked up. Funnily enough, it was Everton.
It was.
They beat Everton.
Adam scored great.
I was the referee.
Funny enough, I can't remember you.
I must have had a great game then.
No, you were crap.
But so it's great. It's great to be involved. You know, referees were all football fans, and it was fantastic to be there. And I can imagine it was exactly the same with Andre. He was low key, kept out of it. You know, he refereed the game well. He understood the occasion. He managed the game. He managed the event, and that's all you can ask. And it's wonderful to be.
You'd have wanted to be there just to listen to Bocelli, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Did you listen to him?
Fantastic.
How good is that? Yeah. Very, very quick story. When Man United were in the Champions League final in Rome, I can't even remember Barcelona. I was working and we stayed about 300 yards away from the Colosseum. He sang the night before the game in the Colosseum. Wow. We were on a rooftop hotel. We could hear him. It was absolutely sensational.
Yeah. But the fans were treated to two pieces of magic, weren't they? You know, the voice, the little mini concert before, and then afterwards with the lifting of the Premiership. I still can't believe it. I just wished I had a bet. I can't believe it.
I can believe it.
I just can't.
In your lifetime, mine, over a season. Anything to compare over a season?
No, I mean, everyone talks about Nottingham Forest, and rightly so, but I think they come a close second because the difference now is the money. The money that all the big teams have. No one's got anywhere near them. What's the closest that Tottenham have been in the last few weeks? Was it 5, maybe?
Yes, 6
and they've gone away again. So, no, it's just been sensational. And I think the other thing is the manager's done fantastic because he's not really messed with it.
No.
I mean,
and he's called the Tinker Man.
But that was a different era. And Pearce, by the way, Nigel needs massive mention because he set it all up.
He did, and that run they went on last season that kept them in the Premier League. So they've gone on from there. And they've just carried it on. Yeah. They carried on. So if you looked at their form last season, was Championship form, wasn't it?
It was towards the end.
Yeah.
Penny for the thoughts of Nigel Pearson. I just wonder what he makes of it.
Well, I think he might be getting the Villa job, mightn't he?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. So it might not feel too bad.
But he's obviously got to be delighted that he'd left a legacy that's gone on to the title. But
well, I think everybody in the game knows what a good job he did. Yeah. And therefore he will get another good job. Yeah. He might be a little bit different, you know, in off-the-field matters, which he probably needs to, but he'll definitely get a good job.
Still rumours of Middlesbrough as well, where he was a popular captain, and Karanka's future was shrouded in uncertainty too, despite the...
but that's why he asked the players, didn't he? He was behind him.
Yeah.
And I think only 3 stood up and went,
wow.
And that's when he did the off, and then obviously the chairman got him back.
Will he stay, do you think?
How long's a piece of string?
Yeah. Okay, loads of interesting moves, I'm sure, afoot in the close season. Just wrapping up 1 or 2 Premier League games now. Michael Oliver was in charge of Swansea's 4-1 win at West Ham. That's a shocking result for the Hammers. Mark Clattenburg, having had that ordeal, really, of the Spurs-Chelsea game last week. Bournemouth won, West Brom won. Talking points in both. Massive in the first one.
The first one. I mean, Mark had come back off refereeing the Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich first leg. Fantastic. He absolutely refereed very well. Yeah. And I thought, I've got to say, I know he's been made, but I'm not saying that. I thought he refereed Monday night superbly. I mean, you know, we talk about letting the game breathe, giving the players a chance. He done all that in the first 15, 20 minutes. Okay, there was a couple of challenges went in, Rose on Willian and then Ivanovic on Rose. And, you know, he both went in. That's it, that's 1 each now. Let's settle it down. Next challenge, I will caution. And he did, Walker, and he was consistent all the way through.
I mean, if you thoroughly enjoyed it.
You can't referee a game if everybody wants to smash each other.
Absolutely.
And Tottenham lost the plot. I mean, you knew, everybody knew that Chelsea were going to goad them because of obviously the history between them.
Yeah.
Chelsea had kept winning the league. Now all of a sudden they don't want Tottenham.
Yeah.
So everybody knew that they were going to. Even Fabregas was like chipper. I mean, that tells you something about it.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. I mean, he's.
What about the argument that he should have clamped down earlier?
No,
He ended up with 9 yellow
I've just said
cards
that.
against Spurs.
Record,
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've just said that. In those, they're all big games, but in those derbies, you want to let the game breathe and you want to give the players a chance, and he'd done that. And you can't blame him. I think if you look back at it, I think he would criticise himself for not stopping the game and sending off Dyer, right at the end there.
Yeah.
But I understand. I mean, I think he felt if he'd have stopped it there, he might have had another brawl. But looking back on it, he learned from that, and he should have.
They come under like a special category of games.
Yeah.
And I think we all need to look at them a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And there's a few scores getting settled, weren't there?
It was a near impossible game to referee. And you look at the Dembele situation, that wasn't Mark's fault, that was his assistant's fault, Simon Beck, because he should have seen that.
He needed Boutros Ghali, to be fair.
So, Clattenburg gets mentioned again post-match. Bournemouth 1, West Brom 1 by Tony Pulis, who has a go at him, reckons that Harry Arter
Surely
should have been sent
Oh,
off. Yeah, Pulis again. Reckons Harry Arter should have been sent off for a challenge on Darren Fletcher.
Well, no, I mean, that's reckless. For me, that was the yellow card. And I think he was going back to I think in the first 5 minutes where Macaulay caught Arter a little bit late. Arter just sort of pushed him over, and he like a bit of wind, he fell over. And I thought, it was in the first 5 minutes, and I thought, once again, you want to see referees managing the games and managing players, and I thought Mark handled that really well. And, no yellow cards, get on with it, and then the challenge.
Don't tell me the score was 1-0 to West Brom at the time. I think you'll find.
I think it was.
It was, yeah.
Nods of agreement from both on there. Talking about managing the game, Anthony Taylor, Manchester City 2, Arsenal 2, Rob Harris on RefCam referred to tempo management, Mark, which clearly, what is that? What is tempo management?
It's just getting involved when you need to get involved, and you stay out of it when you need to stay out. So when the game goes up, you come up and you go up. When the intensity comes up, you go with it, and and that's what we say with tempo management.
He's probably still waiting for the game to go up.
Yeah.
Kevin Friend doing well, I think.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace 2, Stoke 1. And Craig Pawson, this was Manchester United's 1-0 win at Norwich. I know that you've got a point.
Oh, no, did you see the shirt pulling?
I just read about it.
Yeah.
The Carrick pull.
The Carrick pull on Brady. I mean, it's all about referees and the top referees. It's all about awareness of what's going on around you. You know what certain players are going to do, and you just got to keep watching them all the time. And yes, Norwich should have had a penalty at 0-0. Who knows? It may have made a difference.
That's why the smaller clubs always say the bigger clubs get the decisions. Yeah.
Technology?
Yeah.
Are you in favour of technology?
All day long. Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to help the referees to get the decision right?
Yeah,
what is the problem with us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Talking of smaller clubs, they don't come a lot smaller than Accrington Stanley. Let's finish with them for very good reason. They missed out on promotion from League 2 on goal difference in the end to Bristol Rovers. Now, if you think back a few ref shows ago to March, we referred then to a goalless draw at AFC Wimbledon. And the point at issue was that Billy Key of Accrington found the net. His shot was going into the net. And as it was going in, the referee, Trevor Kettle, blew up literally for half time. Yeah. And they ended up drawing that game 0-0. Well, what a difference that could have made.
Well, you watched a certain referee yesterday at Bury, didn't you?
I'd watched the same referee, Trevor Kettle.
And opinions?
Well, there was a moment of controversy again there. There always seems to be. Okay, it was a fairy tale finish to Ryan Lowe's career at Bury. Scored with almost the last kick of the game for a 3-2 win from a penalty that was perhaps harshly awarded after it hadn't originally been given.
But the Wimbledon game, why would you blow up?
Oh, no, absolutely.
Why would you do it? I mean, just the thought for me of meeting John Coleman at half time, the Accrington manager, would be enough just to say, hey, it was a goal, don't worry about it whatsoever.
You always, during the season, you always look back at a moment, don't you? That if you miss out on something, or you get relegated, or you miss out on promotion, or you miss out on a Champions League spot, that would be the moment where John Coleman will look back and say, the officials cost us.
There's still the playoffs, and hopefully Accrington come up through the playoffs. That would be a wonderful and a major achievement.
Is Burton, no budget, look what they've done.
Yeah.
Accrington, they must have almost the worst budget in that league. They've got a great manager for that kind of league.
And their support mechanism?
Well, they haven't got one.
No.
I mean, Mike Neal's their coach, and I don't even think he gets paid.
No?
No.
It's a fantastic achievement. Well done,
Yeah.
everybody. End of season. More to come, more glories. And thanks to our Ref Show panel, Mark, Halsey, and the very suitably attired Mark Lawrenson. And we'll see you again next week. Bye.
A substitute has to enter the field of play at the halfway line, with your permission for the substitution to have been properly completed. But as the touchline counts as part of the field, he technically has entered the field here, so has done nothing wrong. The substitution is valid, the throw is valid, and you should play on.